story, a Senate vote failed to open debate on a new bill that could have potentially codified Roe v. Wade into law. Polls show Americans say economic problems take precedence over abortion. Joining us now, Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, it's great to have you on. Your reaction to this vote?
We had expected that this vote would fail, but bear in mind, Elizabeth, this is all about politics for the Democrats. As soon as the document was leaked, it appeared that they had been tipped off that there was a Democrat activist that was going to leak this document, because you had people showing up at the Supreme Court, printed signs ready to go. You had Pelosi and Schumer immediately issuing statements. This was done on the opening day of the 22 primary season. So there's just appearing to be a lot of coalescing of events around a time. Now, they have made this a political issue. They need something to run on, they say. So they set about saying they were going to codify Roe v. Wade. The problem is the bill they put on the floor, the Women's Health Protection Act, would put late-term abortion on the books in our states. It would override state laws. It would allow dismemberment abortion. It would do away with parental rights. It would do away with informed consent. People in our country do not want late-term abortion. They want the states to set these rules and regulations, and women have figured out that this is not a ban on abortion, that if Justice Alito's ruling, his opinion on a ruling, proves to be accurate, then it means that the regulation and restrictions on abortion would go back to the states. So you've got a lot of political theater taking place around something that they fear is going to happen. And we will wait and see when the justices send to us their ruling.
Senator, what was your reaction when you heard activists marched on the home of Nancy Pelosi in San Francisco?
Activists ought not to be marching at the home of any elected official or any judge or any justice. That disrupts the entire neighborhood. There is a place for peaceful protest. It is called the public square.
You know, so what happened was activists are really upset with Pelosi and Democrats, saying they're complicit in the potential reversal of Roe v. Wade. And Pelosi a few years ago said the Democrat Party is focused too much on abortion. Democrats should not make abortion a litmus test issue for the Democrat Party. Americans out there are worried about a lot of things like the economy, including suburban women are worried about it.
Yes, you're right, Elizabeth. The number one issue with suburban women is the economy, the price at the pump and the grocery store. The number two issue is crime in the streets, gangs, drugs, the open southern border. And they are not focusing in on this, especially when they hear it isn't a ban on abortion. It is reversing the ability to set the regulations and restrictions on abortion to the states. That is something that a majority of the American people actually support.
Well, now we have planned protests today outside the homes of all 6 conservative Supreme Court justices. When that is illegal, that's against the law. And you know,
Yes.
Justices and judges have been the target of assassination attempps and threats. Judge Esther Salas, she lost her son. He was shot dead at their home in New Jersey. Her husband was also shot by a lawyer who was involved in a case that she was adjudicating. Let's listen to Judge Salas here. Watch this.
We need to understand that public debate has a place, and that's in the public forum. It does not have a place in front of justices or judges' houses.
Your reaction?
Well, she's correct on that. The public square. This is where you carry out that kind of protest and debate. There are plenty of public squares where that could be done. It is illegal, 18 U.S.C. 1507, that you cannot go to a justice's home and try to intimidate. So that is something these
Senator,
protesters, they need to be booked.
We understand that. Senator, you talked about the public square. Big tech censorship, big tech and social media is called the public square too. You've been working on this issue. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, indeed. We're working on a kids online safety bill, which would keep our children safe online, also on consumer privacy. And I've just released a tech guide for parents and grandparents and caregivers, keepers of children. The summer is coming on, and we know that they want to keep their children safe online, keep them away from the pedophiles, the drug dealers, those that would seek to do children harm on some of these social media platforms.
Senator Blackburn, always a pleasure having you on. Come back soon.
You got it. Take
It's good
care.
to see you.